Victoria and I'm a nursery teacher, and every week I'm reading a story to help children get through this very strange and difficult time that we're going through. Today's story, before I show you, if you haven't guessed yet, involves this guy right here, my friend the penguin. And today's story is called Lost and Found. Okay. Once there was a boy, and one day he found a penguin at his door. Imagine if you found a penguin at your door, what would you do? The boy didn't know where it had come from, but it began to follow him everywhere. The penguin looked sad, and the boy thought it must be lost. So the boy decided to help the penguin find its way home. He checked in the Lost and Found office. Here's my Lost and Found office. Come here, penguin. Oh, excuse me. Do you know if this penguin has a home? No, sorry. I'm not sure. But it's definitely not here. But no one was missing a penguin. He asked some birds if they knew where the penguin came from. But they ignored him. Some birds are like that. The boy asked his duck. Duck, do you know if anyone's missing a penguin? Or do you know where the penguin came from? But the duck floated away. He didn't know either. Oh, penguin, sit up. Don't be silly. There we go. That night, the boy couldn't sleep for disappointment. He wanted to help the penguin, but he didn't know how. The next morning, he discovered that penguins come from the South Pole. But how could he get there? He ran down to the harbour and asked a big ship to take them to the South Pole. Excuse me, can you take us to the South Pole, please? But his voice was much too small to be heard over the ship's horn. So together, he and the penguin rowed to the South Pole. The boy took his rowboat out to the cupboard and they tested it for size and strength. They packed everything they would need and together they pushed the rowboat out to sea. Now, I don't have a boat, so this is my boat and we're going to put the penguin in. Here we go, penguin. In the boat you go. Oh, there we go. There we go. They rowed south for many days and nights with the boy telling stories all the way. The penguin listened to everything that the boy said. They floated through good weather and bad when the waves were as big as mountains. Until they came to the South Pole. The boy was delighted, but the penguin said nothing. Suddenly it looked sad again as the boy helped it out of the boat. Come on, penguin. Out you come. There we go. Let's just leave this out of your way. The boy said goodbye. Bye, penguin. And floated away. But as he looked back, the penguin looked sadder than ever. It felt strange to be on his own, and the more he thought, the more he realised he was making a big mistake. The penguin wasn't lost. He was just lonely. Quickly, he turned the boat around and headed back to the South Pole as fast as he could. At last, he reached the pole again. But where was the penguin? The boy searched and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. Sadly, the boy set off for home. There was no point telling stories because there was no one to listen except the wind and the waves. But then the boy saw something in the water ahead of him. Closer and closer he got until he could see. I wonder what it is. The penguin! And so the boy and his friend went home together, talking of wonderful things all the way. And that's the end. I really hope that you enjoyed that story. I'd like to say thank you to the penguin for being such a great prop. I'd like to say thank you to my niece for filming this video once again. She's done an amazing job. I'd like to say hello to my nursery class and I hope they're all staying safe. And thank you for watching and I'll see you next week.